Hello, good people, Bonos. Welcome to my social gaming experiment, of which you are all my subjects. You're probably wondering what the frig I'm doing. So if you just, give me a few moments of your time and allow me to explain what it is I'm doing, and yeah, hopefully I can do more videos and you will get to follow this and you'll come to like it. If you don't, you can let me know and I will, put your comments into the special filing cabinet. But okay, let me just explain what it is I'm doing, and yeah, hopefully you'll get a grasp of my intentions. So essentially I've uploaded us into the Football Manager database. I've given us all the same current ability of 100. It's on a scale of 0 to 200. 100 ability, still you're going to be a good professional, Championship to League One level, but it's in the 100 to 50 plus bracket that you make it into the big time Premier League, that type of thing. But the key is I've given us all potential ability of 199. So it's literally going to come down to whether the coaches and the training staff at Brentford can get all of that ability out of us. And there's going to be quite a few parameters which are going to define success. Obviously, Brentford's coaches, their coaching facilities, the training facilities, they're not the best. I've had a look. They're ranked just slightly below average, and to get the best out of us, we'd probably need to be in a Premiership facility with all the best infrastructure to really get the best out of us. So I can't see any of us making it into that 199 bracket, but I certainly would be disappointed if none of us go on to really be dominant in at least a Premiership team, because we all have that potential ability. Injuries are going to play their part as well. If you get injured in your development phases, you're going to be disappointed. You're not going to fulfill your potential. But there's two main experiments I've done here. I've split us up into all giving us abilities of 10, no matter what the attributes are, whether it's passing, tackling, marking. We all have the minimum 10. But I've given us one superpower perk of 20, which is the best ability you get. It works on a scale of 0 to 20, of either determination, which is of fundamental importance to any successful player. You need to be determined. There's going to be setbacks. So I've given certain people 20, but then I've given other people a 20 on work rate. It's always work, that work ethic. So I've split enough. There's 17 of us here, and I chose the 17 of us based on anyone who served on tour. So as you can see, sorry if I've left anyone out. I've racked my brain. I was trying to think. Don't think I've left anyone out. There's 17 of us here in total. Just scroll down now. You can see Alex and Matt at the bottom. Just because on the settings that I've got, you can't see everyone on the same view because there's so many of us. Trust me, there is 17 of us here. I've tried to give us a position that we are all relatively playing, 5-a-side or 11-a-side from our time. So as you can see, Dr. Chris in goal. You're probably wondering why they've all got these strange middle names. That's because when I mentioned earlier, I give 2 super perks. One was either a 20 on determination or work rate. The other was I given a 15, which so everyone's got a base of 10 across the board, but you've got a 15 on a certain attribute. And as you can see from their middle name, that's the attribute which has given them an advantage over their, your contemporaries. So Dr. Chris for reflexes, I'll just click on Dr. Chris now. For reflexes, you should have a 15. Oh, he's 16. So sometimes the game, just through anomalies, it's worked out on algorithms, will just bump him up a bit. So in the settings, I give him a 10 for everything, except 20 for determination and 15 for reflexes. Yet it's already given a reflex of 16, determination of 20, and bumped him up 11 across the board on a lot of things. Still some things he's on 10 for, but nothing less than 10. So already looking at Dr. Chris, he's going to be a sensational goalkeeper by all means. England have got number 1 to look forward to there. As long as Brentford get the best out of it, but I can't see him really failing there, simply because he doesn't have competition in the squad. He's not going to be frozen out. He should get game time, and yeah, he should have a very long and successful career. But that's just one example. So I've done this across the board. You'll see John, he's got should have a fitness of 15. Dan, leadership 15. Myself, tackling, and so on and so on. I'll go into more detail in later videos about individual players' attributes and my predictions for their career. But were we necessarily in all individual academies dotted around different clubs around the world, we'd probably all make it. But because the competition here is so fierce, you've got 3 midfielders here, Ross, Nick, Stephen. They're going to be vying for 2 positions. You've got Aidan, James, Connor vying for 2 positions. So not everyone's going to be able to command game time from a young age. So they probably will need some loan experience just to develop. One thing I'll touch on is Stephen's quite an interesting one, because I made him his character. He's off the charts already, though. He's got determination 20, passing 16. Again, I gave him 10 for everything, but I just wanted to show you his personality, because I made him. Yeah, it says his favourite clubs is QPR, but interestingly, it's not shown up. I did say his clubs he dislikes the least is Brentford. So I wanted to see how that would play out in the game itself. And I also made it so that he dislikes Aidan Tracy. just to see how that dynamic would work within the squad, if that would affect his development or Aidan's development, something along those lines. So I'm surprised it hasn't shown up in the settings. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right spot, or it will pan out late in his career. It will update as things develop. So yeah, that's just the basis of what the plan is to send a video. In the early stages, I'll probably do it every year just to see how you're developing, and then later as your career develops, it probably won't be done every year. I'm not actually managing Brentford. I'm just watching from sort of an omnipotent view, just seeing how your career develops. So I won't have any input into how you're developed. I'll just be watching and updating and letting you know how everyone gets on. But there's another dynamic also experiment. It's the England-Ireland factor. Some of you already spotted the nationalities. There's a golden generation here for England and Ireland. The Irish boys, as you can see, most of them I have. I've selected them as that is their nation that only can play for. So myself, John, Connor, Gallagher, McShane, and Beasley, I think. Those 6 definitely are. They're second generation English. I've got that factored into the game, but I've declared them for Ireland simply because they were the main 6 who played for the England-Ireland. And with the English guys, I've made them English as their number 1 nation, and put second generation Irish, like for Aidan. I've got him second generation Irish, but I just felt that if I put everyone as second just left it up for grabs, England, because we're in an English league, they'd come in and just cherry pick all of us for England. So I thought it'd be good just to have an England-Ireland thing. Bit of banter, but I've made Nick Greek just to see how he gets on. And Dan, I made him Slovakian primarily, but a bit of everything really. I think I made him nationalities. Here we go. Yeah, so he speaks English, Spanish, Slovakian, English, Irish, Czech Republic, Polish. It'd be interesting to see. I think I declared him for Slovakia though. So anyway, it'd be interesting to see how that develops, and I'll make some predictions probably in the next video about how many caps, what they're going to do after your career ends, this sort of thing. You can expect to see. And in the next video, I'll go through all of our attributes, and you can have a look at your own sort of skill sets, and we can, you can pause it and look at it in more depth. I'm obviously just going through it quite quick, and yeah, hopefully you'll follow these videos and enjoy and get some fun out of it and make some comments. And yeah, Speak to you in a bit. Bye.